but we don't have to stall. And I never told anyone we were going live. But if you could check the audio, that would be great.
You were supposed to say we were going live.
Well, surprise. Good thing we didn't say anything we weren't supposed to. Okay, and then, well, no one's here.
Okay,
I'm
let
going
me
to
find
go to
you.
design. Just testing the waters. So I saw the live.
There we
Whoa,
Whoa.
no, well, you talk too.
Okay, I'm here.
Just testing the waters. Oh, we got some volume today. Okay, you can turn it down. You're going to confuse people, Heather. We don't want to confuse people.
Sharing this?
Oh, yeah, but can you? Yeah.
To where?
The group, and I'm going to turn this back off so people know that we're here.
Here.
Can you finish? Okay, and then can you go back and can you hit? Can you go to Fatman? Thank you.
And can I what?
I wanted to see. Why? It's weird. Whatever. Okay, we got to go. This is. Oh, I don't know what this one is for.
You lost my chat.
No, this is the chat. No one's chatting. Guys, we should chat. Hey, if you're just joining us, tell us where you're from. Two things will happen. One, we get to know where you're from. And two, we know that the chat is working.
Yes.
Yay, Joyce is letting us know that it's working. And let me... Okay, we see the chat. We see people coming in. We're testing all these new little... Wait till you see this. We learn. Huh? You like that? Very nice. And we're back.
All right.
So we're going to flip people out. Okay. So we have a few things to do today. Unfortunately, my apologies. One of those things is not cooking.
Yeah.
So we have been super, super busy. And so this is going to be a super short live. I was trying to get out of it, but Heather wouldn't let me get out of it.
Right.
And then I asked her what she wanted to talk about, and she didn't know. But I have a surprise interview for her.
Just great. I love surprises.
I'm sorry.
Something happened again.
No, nothing happened.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Binghamton, practically neighbors.
Yes.
Practically neighbors, Binghamton. Not too far away. In fact, we're heading out that way tomorrow. How far is Watkins Glen from Binghamton? It's about halfway, I suppose. Maybe less.
Sure.
Me neither. Kelly, tell us how far Binghamton is from Watkins Glen. Just out of curiosity.
If you know.
So we should introduce ourselves before people leave.
All right. I'm Heather Kaufman.
Or wait, will people leave when we introduce ourselves? I don't know. But I'm Tim Kaufman, and we run a page called Fat Man Rants. Together, we have lost 290 pounds. More importantly, we've regained our health. We live a healthy, happy, and active life on a whole food, plant-exclusive diet. We come to you guys on Sunday nights, not because we're really good at anything, except making people laugh sometimes, not on purpose. But we know that what happened to us is out there for anyone, and it's literally just one choice away. Because we know if we can do it,
you can too.
It's an hour in. I knew it.
Okay.
It's actually.
Hi, Mary.
She's closer to Watkins Glen than we are.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Mary from Michigan. Tell us where you're from. It's super cool to know where we're. Feel like I'm on a ham radio where we're broadcasting to. Most of the young people won't even know what that means. We got to have a couple things that we have to go over. The first, and probably most important, is Heather said to me, she voluntold me, that's a word, voluntold me, that we're going to have a challenge in the month of September. And she
Yes.
goes, could you whip one up quick? So it's not a very quick whip up. But what we did, now don't freak out because I have to move
I
our
know.
design. And this is not us. This is the graphic that we made. We're going to call this the 30 by 30 September challenge. Okay, let me explain what the challenge is first, and then I'll explain to you why this challenge seems simple, but it's actually not, and why it seems kind of insignificant, but it's really not. So basically, choose your tool, I guess.
Mhm.
Not everyone can run, not everyone can walk, but I think that everyone can do something.
Correct.
So choose what you want to do. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but what we want to do is set aside 30 minutes of purposeful exercise for 30 consecutive days. Now, before we do this, let me explain a couple things here. Because one, I sometimes don't like these challenges because they're temporary.
True.
But I will say this, you have to do something if you want to change where you are in life.
Correct.
And a lot of times the challenge can be just a kick in the pants that you need.
Mhm.
So I think about these challenges a lot, and this seems like a simple one, but it's actually not. And there's two reasons why this challenge should be in September and why it's actually more important than you may think. Number one, what is September, Heather?
It is back to school time, not just for parents, but for spouses too.
Yes, I have to go back to school. The school bells will be ringing soon. We're up north, so we go back a little bit later. But believe it or not, in a matter of 2 days, I will be back in my classroom, and it will be
Yeah.
lovely. It will be lovely for one of us.
Just kidding. Kinda.
Okay, but with September, there's two things that happen. A lot of people like to get back into that routine,
Mhm.
especially if you have kids.
Or if you're back to work in school systems.
Yes. But I would say that more of the probability is more people have kids going back to school than work in the school systems, but we'll cover both of them.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. As much as I love summer vacation, and I'm sure the kids do too, it's always kind of good to get back to a routine. And even
Yes.
you
Mhm.
will be back to certain routines because I won't be in your way.
Yes.
This is true. So here's why it's important. I'm babbling, but here's why it's important. I think it's really important, especially as parents. Yeah, our priorities are the kids, right? And we got to pack lunches, and we got to make sure that Johnny has his baseball glove, or what's that thing that was really annoying? The recorder. We got to make sure the recorder's packed, and no one leaves their sneakers on the bus. And all these things. What tends to happen, especially to moms, is you become second priority to everyone else that has to get
Right.
to where they're going. So, in a very unselfish way, because actually this will help all the way around in all the things that we do, I think it's really important to set aside just 30 minutes a day for us,
Right.
right?
Caregivers, anyone.
Yes, this is important way more than physical. Okay, it's very emotional as well. Just this
Mhm.
time out, that this is my time. This is the time that no one gets except for me. And I can go get my heart rate up a little bit. I can get my blood flowing and get this done. Now, with that said, here's what's a little difficult. When do you think the best time to knock this out is?
Well, for me, it would be the morning.
Okay, so the best time to do this is when you can fit it in your schedule. But the second best time, I believe, is in the morning.
That's
Why is that?
for me,
Why is that?
because it's you're getting up in the morning, you get that exercise in, it gets you going, it gets you everything moving and grooving for the day.
It sets
Helps-
the tone for the
helps-
day.
And it can even help you clear your day up, be ready to take on the day.
Yes.
Clear your mind, I'm
Yes.
sorry, and take on the day.
And 100%, it'll make your day feel better because you already had success out of the gate.
Mhm.
I think it makes everything go better. There's another reason too, and I don't want to get into all the research and stuff, but it's kind of a fact, and we kind of know this. Oh, we kind of know this from experience that if we push it off, well, I'm too busy this morning. I'll do it right during my lunch period or whatever, or lunch break. Well, I got a meeting I got to get to. By the time we get to the end of the day where we do have a little bit of time, we're toast.
Mm-hmm.
So get it done early, right? Okay, so let's talk about the idea of 30 consecutive days. In my opinion, no offense, in my opinion, I find it much more beneficial if someone walks or runs 1 mile a day for 26 days than someone that runs a marathon.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because the consistency is more important than the goal. So this is bigger than just walking for 30 minutes. So I know myself. Here's the challenge. We posted this up at the top, so you'll see this graphic hit our channels, and I put a link so you can actually. This is actually Heather loves visual things. This will be up on the refrigerator, and every day she will. It probably won't be in focus.
Hello, Kathy, and Kathy Ann.
And then every day she will put an X through one of the stars.
Or you can color them.
Or color them, or whatever you have time for. Whatever. But a lot of people like that visual. They can see the month moving along, and I get that. For me, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to set my alarm for 30 minutes early because I'm going into a fresh school year. I'm going to get up 30 minutes early, and I'm going to just walk on the treadmill above and beyond training plans or whatever else I'm doing.
Correct.
What are you going to do?
Well, I will decide when the day comes.
Oh.
No. I will get up and do it in the morning. I like to do things in the morning, so I will get up and do that first, or I will get up and add it to whatever I'm doing for the day.
Yeah, well, I think if you're going on a training run, that would count as your 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But the key here is to move something for 30 minutes every day, whether it's yoga. Okay, so really quick, let's talk about walking. And it seems weird since you just finished your first 50-mile ultra marathon. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people reached out to our channels and said, and I want to talk about that. That's what I'm interviewing you about in just a minute. But I want to talk about the importance of walking. I think even, Ironman training, I love weight training, swimming, biking, running, all these things. Like, to me, walking is so beneficial for multiple reasons. But you really, like, it's good to get your heart beating, and you can actually do that like sustained cardio. You can actually do that if you walk briskly. But I love walking for many reasons. It's great for weight loss. It's great to get your steps up. It's great to get the blood moving, and you're not pounding the crap out of everything like you are when you're running and this type of thing. So walking is great. If you don't know what to do, just take a walk every morning. I really suggest you try to get outside because there's something really special about that as well. Okay, so that's our challenge. Let me do that one more time just because I made this button and I don't want to waste it. There it is. So this is our 30 by 30 September challenge. These are only some things. I'll tell you what's hard. The stairs. We had someone a couple years ago email me that they walked up and down their stairs for 30 minutes. So that doesn't sound like much, but try that. That is a heck of a workout right there. This person said that they were the stair master.
All right.
They became the master of their stairs. 30 minutes every day. And wow, I'll guarantee you that that had to make them sore. Go for a hike, a walk, a lift, strength training, cardio, yoga, Zumba, stretch, run, plyo, you name it, swim, and the really it's endless. Jump rope. I don't know. What do you guys like to do? Tell us in the chat what you like to do for exercise. What's your favorite thing? Okay. Do we talk about the challenge enough?
Yes.
Yes. Consider the old folks.
Oops. Sorry, I was talking some. Yes, Lauren, I've seen you post at different times. I'm glad Glad that you enjoyed it and you like it.
And actually, well, Heather was actually talking about you today. So
Yes,
if
I
your ears
was.
were ringing,
It was because of me.
because
I did that. I did Lauren loves these. She's done these several times.
so I was pouting about me having to make up the challenge. I was pouting about it, Lauren, and Heather's like, I know Lauren likes it, and so okay, so I made the checkoff.
Vicky likes walking too.
Yes. So
With bad knees.
yes, and that's exactly why we say yoga, stretching. You can do a lot of strength training without even getting out of a chair, believe it or not. And the cool thing about the day and age we live in, YouTube has amazing chair workouts, chair yoga. The point is to set aside that 30 minutes, make it a priority, make your health a priority, make movement a priority, and just set that time aside for yourself.
Right.
Yes. Okay. And yeah, oh, by the way,
thank you, Jim and Linda.
And I'm going to do my part. I do not like social media. I really don't. Someone else does. But I'm going to do my best in our group, our Getting Healthy group. I'm going to do my best to post my, even if I just like take a little video on the treadmill while I'm walking, if I can't get outside. And I'll be sure to post a few times this little thing.
For you available if you want to print it out.
Yes. Okay. So that's that. That's the challenge. That's the rationale behind the challenge. We're working on some cool stuff. We're working on some swimming is great.
Did we put that on there?
I can only fit so much.
Well, you can write it on there.
There's only so much. To do anything, just do something. Yeah. I mean, within reason, like lifting a donut up to your face, that is not the kind of movement we're talking about. No good. No. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so I want to talk to you about your 50-mile ultra endurance race.
Okay, you didn't give me time to prepare.
No, I asked you to jot some things down, and you said just surprise me. And then when I surprise you, I'm going to get in trouble in front of everyone, but that's okay. So I guess the first thing, I can't wrap my brain around 50 miles, even though I've done it before. But I still, like, even though I've done it, I can't wrap my brain about it. So now that you're done and it's only been 2 weeks, can you really wrap your brain around what 50 miles is?
Not really. It was just long.
Yeah.
Long and out there in my zone and did what I had to do to get it done.
Yeah.
And I got it done. I had to make sure to start off that I had it so I did a prior one several years ago, and I did not finish after 25. So this has been on my list to redo. And this time I changed things around. I reframed things. I got a wonderful coach. She was amazing. She helped me a lot. You're great, but sometimes I don't listen to you and you're too easy on me. Yeah. So, yeah, most of the time I don't listen to them. But this time I had a different approach to it, and it went great. I was sore. I was tired. I had highs and lows, but I got it done, and I went into it with a positive attitude and tried to just keep, even when I was struggling, to just keep that positive attitude going and finding ways to keep going and keep moving.
Sweet. Well, congratulations. So I don't want to get like too deep here, but I know for me, ultras, even marathons, it doesn't even have to be a marathon. It's that I'm half marathon. It can be a 5K. It's all relative. But what is some similarities that you see between, running 50 miles and life in general? Like what's one similarity?
You got to go through the bad to get to the good.
Yeah. And now you're going to get all emotional, and I wasn't even trying to be emotional. But there's a lot of truth to that, because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Mm-hmm. So can you expand on that without getting too emotional?
Like Like, what do you?
Well,
do you
what are
want
some
from us?
things about the bad times in your run that are kind of compared to the bad times in life?
Well, you either give up or you keep pushing through and keep finding ways to get through and rely on things that help you get through the hard times. I like music that helps me get through a lot.
Sure.
That's one thing.
You said you thought about a lot of
thought,
people while you were up there.
Swimming. That's the you did this to me. I was ran some miles for some different people, some family members, people struggling. I just tried to reframe things on to other things beside myself.
And I think that that's actually really profound in life. Sometimes we're going through all these bad times. Literally, sometimes the best thing to do is look at someone else and their trials and their challenges and to try to give them a hand. And I think two things happen, and it's not like a purposeful thing, like I'm going to help you so I feel better, but you can't not feel better about helping someone.
Right.
And the second thing is sometimes it kind of refocuses our problems, like they're maybe not as big as sometimes we make them out to be. And then as we're going through these low times, and I know they happen a lot in a race, and they happen a lot in life. I think you said something that is also profound, that if we stop, we're done. That's not really going to get us anywhere. But many times, if we can keep plugging along, even if we slow down, even if we're almost stopped and we complain and we suffer, what happens eventually?
If we complain and suffer.
No, like if we slow down, complain and suffer, but we keep moving forward, regardless of how slow.
You get to your destination, you get to the end goal.
Yeah, but and along the way, I noticed like you started picking up your run at mile 40. Geez, I don't even know. Whenever we met, mile 38, all of a sudden, instead of doing walk run intervals, we ran the whole way. And I guess the point is, because I've had this happen to me before, you can call it your second wind, you can go, but something happens like when you make a decision to keep going, and I think your brain figures out, all right, she ain't stopping.
True.
Let's just get this done. And I think the point is, you know, when we go through adversity, we go through challenges, we go through things that we feel are horrific. If we can just keep moving, we get to the other side of it, and like we can kind of get our stride again. It's not easy.
And just by taking one step at a time, 1 mile at a time, and not stopping.
Chunk it up.
Yes.
Go next. Because I said, even though I've done it before, I haven't run 52.26 miles like you have ran 50.
Wait, what was that?
So Heather's race got rerouted, and she ran a little bit longer than 50 miles. She ran 2.26 miles more. But here's the point. Like I told you, I said, I still can't wrap my brain around 50 miles. What do you think would happen if you went out there and all you thought about was running 50 miles?
It would be too overwhelming.
You would just freak out. Like you literally would get to a marathon and say, were you tired after the marathon? Were you tired after 26 miles?
Yeah. And that darn wind.
Yeah, but if you thought like at the halfway point, if you thought, oh my gosh, I'm so dead and I have to run an entire marathon, like that's how you quit. Right. And I think in life, regardless of what it is, whether it's our diet and lifestyle, whether it's our wellness, whether it's relationships, or going through loss, sickness, I think if we just look at the whole thing, it's easy to freak out. Like, how am I going to get through this year? You're not going to get through the year unless you get through today. And I think in recovery, that's been a really big help for me.
Well, and also, aside from the things I've learned from this race and the new things that I learned from Lauren and getting different, because in the beginning I was adamant that I was going to be running this thing, and I had to learn to run, walk, and do different things. And I think sometimes we have to, I think it helps when we can reach out to someone that's gone through whatever we've we're trying to get through.
Yeah.
And that helps. And it might not just be your spouse. You might need somebody else, a good friend or another family member to help you and come alongside you.
So why do you think we're so like we don't want to do that? Like, why do you think we're so like? I know for me to get a coach, like I'm always like, why do you think we're so like that? Because I know you were too.
Well, in the beginning, because you want to do things your way, and sometimes your way is not always the right
Yes.
way.
And I don't want to be mean to you, but I have the same issue. Like it's kind of an ego thing, right? Like it's kind of an ego thing. And so I think that's actually what my next it's like we planned this. That was gonna be my next point was the coach, or a mentor, or being in a group with people that are going in the same direction. Sometimes I know I let my ego get in the way from a coach, and it's like I have everything I need. I can just go online and AI can make me a plan. I have a whole bunch of software. But the truth is, it's not just the technical stuff that the coach does. So, can you talk about a few things beyond the training plan that a coach or mentor can bring us?
Well, I got to do homework, so that was a good thing. I got a couple books, and she'd help me give me some chapters and different things to read, and it was very helpful.
Okay, stop. So, would you have done that on your own?
Probably not, because I don't like to read.
Okay, now keep going.
So I did like the homework part. So that was kind of neat. And we'd have a call each Monday night. We'd get on the phone for a while. We'd talk about the week, how the runs went, how I felt. Some runs were not great. One run, I was supposed to finish so many miles, and I got super sick, super heated. I was frustrated. I just said that's it. I'm done. I'm going home. And then after I was talking with her and talking with you a little bit, I realized there's different things I needed to change up. I don't like to wear a hat. I've learned to wear a hat in the heat and to keep the sun out of my eyes. Just all kinds of little things like that. And to maybe have some more water or eat something more, just to help me get through those different things that come up.
Yeah, so you get advice, you get tips, you get the experience that the coach has, and then you get the accountability factor as well with that. So it's super, super cool. So I'm super proud of you. What do you I don't know how to say. You're going to be mad at me for this question, but it's whatever. So what are you most proud of about finishing 50 miles? Like, what are you most proud of? It's not supposed to be emotional question.
Well, it's because I set out to do this goal, and I knew it was going to be rough. I knew it was going to be hard. It was going to take time. I had that thing in the back of my head saying how I had quit before, and I just needed to get through it.
So it's a huge confidence.
And I'm not always proud of myself for certain things, but I was very proud and thankful that I set out to do this goal and that I accomplished it.
See, these things, I mean, to a lot of people, they seem like just like dumb goals or whatever, but they really do. And it doesn't have to be running. It doesn't have to be anything. But really, when you accomplish something, especially something really big, it kind of like flows over into the rest of your life. Because, I mean, if you can run 50 miles, you can probably get the double-sided tape off the Pergo floor.
That's a different story.
Hey,
but back to what you're saying about running and walking, if you think back to when you first started, your first goal was how many steps that you needed to get up and down. And you have to start small. You have to start somewhere. If you don't start, you're never going to know what's possible.
Yeah, and I think so. I know, and I think you would agree. I hope you would agree with this, because it'll look weird if we disagree on Facebook Live. But someone asked me because I finished Ironman. It's been a month now, and they said, "Was that the hardest thing you've ever done?" And I said, without even thinking, I was like, "No, that's not the hardest. The hardest thing I've ever done is get my 400-pound self off the couch to go for a walk with you. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. And I don't think there's going to ever be anything harder than that in life with regard to physical activity. And it's true. And a lot of times, like we see people, doing these crazy, amazing things. But the reality is, if you ask any one of them, that I guarantee they will all say the same, that these giant goals that they reach, they're not the hardest thing. The hardest thing was to start. And so we kind of understand.
Yes.
And that's exactly why we do stuff like the 30-day, because 30 minutes, man, if you can hit 30 minutes or 30 days, that is a big deal. That's an ultra, for certain people. So, I hope everyone will at least try this 30 by 30, because I think it's a good deal.
Yes. It's a great way to start a whole new lifestyle, a whole new habit.
Yeah.
And it's a good habit.
It's a good habit. Yeah. I think it's the best way to, for actually, it's an act of self-love. It's like if you really boil it, no matter how woo-woo that sounds, it's like, hey, I'm important enough to take 30 minutes out of the day to do something that's going to help my future self. Right. And I don't know what says, what is a better act of self-love than, taking care of yourself for your future self.
Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't help others.
Exactly. Okay, so I don't want to keep people too long. Did we do everything? It's so weird not cooking, but we are cooking for
next.
We're redoing the 5x5.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the membership group has been crazy lately. Oh my gosh, that was a really good interview, guys. Hey, as a side note, I had a really unique opportunity to interview Dr. Matthew Letterman. And if you recall, he was the kid doctor. I hope he doesn't get mad at me saying that. He was the kid doctor in Forks Over Knives that helped Lee. If you guys, and especially people that have families, definitely go check him out, Dr. Matthew Letterman. And he's got a podcast out now. He is an amazing guy. And I guess the best way to sum up the conversation I had with him is beyond plants and lifestyle. Like, we all know stress, sleep, food, fitness, we all know those things, but there's a whole nother category that he's really into, and it makes so much sense. And it's at the bare bones, it's about safety, and it's not the kind of safety I was thinking about. It's how we feel safe in our environment, by how we talk to people. And it was amazing. But go check him out, Dr. Matthew Letterman.
Can you put a little to his
can
page
later, because I don't have the yes. Dr. Matthew Letterman. In fact, we should ask one of our friends to do that. Someone go Google him up and drop it in the comments for us. He has an amazing podcast. And if you Google him a lot, he's been interviewed a lot. He's really, and he has a book out too. So check him out. Super good stuff. Stuff that you don't usually hear in the normal plant-based world.
Hi, Susie.
Okay, I'm done harping. Let's go one more time. You're not going to like this, because we got to get rid of that. We got to put this back up. Okay, here's the challenge for September. And by the way, if you haven't joined our Facebook group called Fat Man Rants Getting Healthy Together, we have to. It's a very active group, and shame on us, because we're not as active as we should be in there. But we're going to really pump up this challenge inside the group. We'll also put it on the page. But to be honest with you, there's 120,000 people on that page. And if 100 people see my post, I'm lucky. In the group, it's a little bit different. You'll see a lot more. And it's fun, because we can work together, talk together, chat together. So get over in our Facebook group.
But also share this if you think it might help someone.
Share this if you, we should say that a lot. Because sharing
is caring.
Okay, so there's that. I put the link if you want the little checkoff page. and you can put a little X through the stars.
Color, different colors, whatever you like to do.
Heather will get really fancy with hers. We should sign off.
So next week, eat plants,
I'm thinking about a different tagline.
move your body. All you got to do is a little more than you did yesterday.
Thinking about a different tagline.
I like that.
I know I like it too, but you're just one choice away.
Well, you can add that.
It's too much. All right. You do the eat plants, move your body, and I'll do it.
Eat plants.
No, you can go the whole thing.
Move your body. All you got to do is a little more than you did yesterday.
You're just one choice away. Until next time.